Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. So I promised you that I would talk about state management. So again, most important thing in life, managing your state. If you figure out how to manage your state, then you have everything. If you don't figure out how to manage your state, then life is going to be very difficult. Managing your state in tough times, number one thing. So 3 things to manage your state. Number 1 is physiology, your physical body. So let's think about a professional athlete. If I were to go up to Ryan Braun and I said, Ryan, you're about ready to face Cole. I think that's that really good pitcher from Houston that's now with the Yankees, if I remember right. So you're about ready to face Cole. On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you need to be? And the interesting thing with a professional athlete is they can tell you. And he's going to tell me something like, I need to be at a level 12. And that gives you a point of reference. You know, if we see a kid getting ready to go up to bat in a game and he's dragging the bat behind him and he's walking with his head down, if the coach is going to stop him and he's going to interrupt his pattern and he's going to do something to try and change his state because he knows in that state he's not going to be effective. You know, remember we talked about Ann Cuddy and the power stances, the Superman and Wonder Woman stance. But we don't think about managing our physical body in our day-to-day life as much as we should. You know, the University of California, Irvine did a study where they took manic depressives and they did nothing but have them smile in the mirror for a period of 10 minutes at themselves 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. And a huge percentage of them stopped taking their medications just from doing that. And what had happened was they had become manic depressives by running the same pattern. They didn't have anything chemically wrong. What was chemically wrong was they were sending terrible chemical signals to their body. When you go down, you're creating a chemical reaction in your body of depression. That's what Ann Cuddy talks about in the power moves, which other people discovered this years ago, but no, the science didn't come until later, that in fact, this creates, standing in a power stance, creates a chemical reaction in your body where you feel powerful. If you do the same thing smiling, it creates a chemical reaction that causes you to feel happier. You know, it takes twice as many muscles in your face to frown than it does to smile. Bicyclists know that when they're going up a hill, they smile because it takes less energy. And it also gives positive chemical reactions back to their body. So one of the things to learn is you control the chemical responses in your body if you want to. It isn't that you're depressed. It's that you're doing depression a lot of times because you've taken the physiology of being depressed, which is causing the chemical response in your body of feeling depressed, and so now you've become depressed. Well, you can do the same thing in the opposite direction. You can take the stance of being happy. You can take the stance of being, and happiness, depression is closed and down. Sad, low energy, everything negative is closed and down. Everything positive is open and up. Everything depressed moves slowly and quietly. Everything positive moves quickly or determined, usually at a higher level, many times at a louder level, but not always, not for everybody or for everything. But if you think about when we celebrate, it's always up. If you think about when you feel great, if you see somebody standing there who's standing tall with a smile on their face and their energy is up and their focus is up and forward and their back is straight and their chest is up, it's hard to imagine that person as depressed. You imagine that person as confident, happy, forward, leader. The words that come out are successful, leader. It's more than just feeling good. Remember the study that I told you that they used actors, and they used actors as closely related as possible in terms of being able to repeat their experience. You need to be able to do the same thing 100 times. And they went up to 100 different people, same actor, same approach. And all they did is they went up to a person and they kind of looked around, and then they went, "Excuse me, could you hold this for a second? I need to do something." And then they put both hands on their phone, and then they grabbed the thing back that they handed to them and said, "Thank you very much. I'm very sorry, but that was important and I needed to do it quickly. Please have a good day." And they walked away. For 50 of those experiments, the person handed the other person a cold drink. For the other 50, the person handed the other person a warm drink, coffee. So it was cold coffee and warm coffee. After the experience, the surveyors came up to the people and said, "Hey, that was part of a survey. We set that up. Could you tell me what was your impression of the person?" Now remember, same actor, and the idea was you do this the exact same way each time. When the actor handed the person a cold drink, the responses that they got universally were they were distant, they were cold, they were unfriendly, they were rude. That was the priming that came simply from the drink being cold. But when the drink was warm, the survey, when they talked to the individual, got responses like they were polite, they were agreeable, they were friendly, they were good looking. Those priming things have that much of an impact on initial responses. And the same is true with your physiology. So it's more than just physiology to control your state long term. But in terms of controlling your state short term, physiology is where you start. And remember that everything up and everything forward and everything where your chest is up, you're going to feel positive energy, you're going to feel optimistic, you're going to feel forward, you're going to feel, the words that come are everything that you want. As I said, leader, leadership, successful, all of those things. When you do the opposite, then you're going to get the opposite. Faster movements create more energy than slower movements. And all you got to do is think about how professional athletes manage themselves. If you watch a football player or a baseball player or a basketball player manage themselves before a game, before a shot, before a play, that will show you how to manage your state. And there's no reason for us not to do that in regular life. There's no reason for us not to, and you can do it in more subtle ways, but you can create a power move and a power stance that's going to have you feeling completely differently than you don't. And if you're going to go in and try to influence your kids, if you're going to go in and have a significant conversation with your spouse, if you're going to go in and do those things, then managing your state before that so that you're in the best possible position to influence in that situation only makes sense. We are being influenced constantly. The world around us is constantly trying to influence us. We used to say that we're in the information age, but we're really in the entertainment age. Everybody is vying for our attention. And they vie for that attention by using words and dramatic things to try to grab us. I mean, if you watch the Weather Channel, they talk about catastrophic this and horrifying that. I mean, everything's got to be so over the top in order to get our attention that we're just bombarded with this stuff constantly. And the problem is that stuff pulls us in all kinds of directions in terms of how we feel. One of the things I talked about early on when we were dealing with the COVID shutdown is I recommended that you keep social media to a very minimum and television to a very minimum. Get the information, but then stop. There's people that were just watching this stuff all day. Well, you just get bombarded and become overwhelmed, and it becomes very difficult to do anything. So managing your state means managing the world around you, and understand that everybody else is trying to manage your state constantly. Everything is trying to push you in a certain direction. Advertisers are doing it. Media is doing it. Everybody's trying to maneuver you to feel a certain way. So you need to control all of that information and control how you feel. And you start with your physiology. So manage your state today. Make yourself bored and tired. You're going to know how to do that. That's easy. We all are very good at doing that. But then snap yourself out of that state and turn yourself into energized. And do it with your physiology. Make yourself bored and tired. And then get up and move around and jump and do power moves and make yourself excited, energized and excited. And see that when you use your physiology to do that, it works. We've all had a moment where we were tired, thought we were getting ready, and then something happened and bam, we shot up. Now, that can happen with adrenaline, but you can also do that with what's called dopamine. And dopamine is a great drug. Dopamine doesn't have the negative impact of adrenaline. And with dopamine, you do that by feeling euphoria. So if you jump around and feel energized, if you hear a great song that you love and you dance to it, if you remember a great time, music is a great anchor to use to go back to this stuff. Put on a song that you loved at a time in your life when things were amazing. And go back to that time and remember it, and get up and move to that song. If you're willing, dance to that song. Push your physiology, and you're going to see that it changes how you feel significantly. And when you do that, then you can start to manage your physiology all day long. When you're feeling a certain way, know that you can change your physiology and you can change how you feel like that. A lot of times we want to change our actions. And if we simply changed our state, the actions would change. Because a lot of times our habits are designed to change our state because we don't like the state that we're in. Well, if we manage that state so that we're not in that situation, we won't need to change the habits anymore. So, manage your state today. Take yourself from bored and tired to energized and see what it's like. It's pretty amazing when you learn how to do this stuff. This is how you get up at 4:30 in the morning and you feel energized. You just manage your state. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Everybody, good morning. Tracy and Julie, Sandra Strohacker, good morning. Thank you very much. Robert, I think you said hi too. Let's take care of each other, everybody. We're all in this together. Have a great day.